Yeah. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Uh, Hello. Give me a second, please. I'm just trying to get everything right before we kick off. Yes. Okay. Can somebody type something? Let me see. Oh, hello. Hello. Welcome, Cece. Welcome, welcome. Who is just give me a second, please. I'm coming. All right. All right. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to get everything together. So before we start in a nice. Okay. So hello everybody. How are we? Hello, hello. Just tell me that you're here. Oh my god, I can see you, sis. Somebody else, can you type and let me know that you're here? Let me know that you're here. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yes, I can see who is in the house. Just let me know. I can only know who you are if you tell me hello, because here is just showing the. Aha! Oh my God. Hello, sis. Hello. Welcome, both of you. How are we? Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's going to be bumped today. We're going to talk about that thing that has refused to bend. That is marriage. We're going to talk about marriage. So everybody should bring in your opinion, bring in everything that you know, so that other people will learn, because younger people are coming to join us. People who are in marriage are coming to join us. Let me share. Let me try and share this. Okay, just use this to share it. Okay. Share. Okay. So I've just shared it. All right. There, as I was kind of looking and researching, I just remembered one song that we used to sing when we were small. I think that song, who sang it? I don't know if I'll remember the lyrics, but I will try. Who sang that song? Eh? Who sang that song? I think it was Nelly Uchendu that sang that song. The song went like this. If you want to marry a husband, never you marry a waka about. If you marry a waka about, oh, tomorrow trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, trouble, trouble, trouble. So, so, parabana. So, so, trouble, trouble, trouble. But I'm gonna sing it to balance it so that the men will not kill me. So I'm gonna sing it for women as well. If you want to marry a wife, oh, never you marry a waka about. If you marry a waka about, oh, tomorrow trouble, trouble, trouble. Oh, trouble, 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 parabana, so, so, trouble, trouble, trouble. You see? So, that's what we have come to discuss. And, by the grace of God, this discussion will open a lot of people. I know there are young people among us now. There are young people that, are not yet married. So they will learn a lot of things. Then people in marriage already, they will learn a lot of things. People who are dying in marriage, they will learn a lot of things, probably one or two things. Your advice and so on might help them, to make certain decisions and so on. So, that's what we are here to do, So I have written the number. So the number, okay, yeah. So I've just written the number to call. But I will tell us when we have to start the call so that we just discuss it one after the other. And I have written a few things down, about what we are going to discuss today. Like I said, marriage. So what is marriage? I'm just asking myself questions. What is marriage? Can you people help me? Type something. What is marriage? Just tell me. What do you think marriage is all about? This so-called marriage, that a lot of people are dying about, a lot of people are dying inside it, a lot of people want to kill themselves because they are not married, so what is that marriage? What is it? So according to what I checked, because I had to consult Mr. Dictionary, and the dictionary said that it is a union of two people, a man and a woman. Let me see. Okay. Is it? Okay, so someone without channel cannot chat. Okay, that's okay. You just watch. Okay, cannot comment. Yeah, I'm getting feedbacks. Yeah. So, but during the time of question, one can ask questions. So that's one thing I know. So, so for the people who are chatting, who can write on the chatting this thing, you can easily say something if you are free to say that. Yeah, so the dictionary said that marriage is union between two people, two adults, to a man and a woman. That was what the dictionary said. At least the dictionary still said the truth, So it said that it is the union between two people, male and female, So, and, I know that the origin of marriage, I don't know about people who are not faithful, like not faithful as such. Some people don't believe in God. So, I respect whatever they believe in, it's their is their own. Okay, somebody said here that marriage is the union of two people, male and female. 100% true. So the marriage of union marriage is the union of two people, male and female. Thank you very much. That was exactly what my dictionary said it. And then whoever that is saying it is really, really saying it according to the dictionary. So I don't like people calling me when I am on, live. Yeah, so that is it. Union between two people, male and female. And that's what the dictionary said. But the origin of marriage, you can type as well, the origin of marriage that I know of is from the Bible. That's, what I know, the origin of marriage, because God created a man and a woman and joined them. From that time, going forward, then man and woman began to come together, because he said that they should go and start procreating and start, multiplying. And then how will you multiply if you're not married? So that's exactly, what it is. So then this marriage differs from culture to culture. I'm 100% sure that people who are watching right now, who are with me right now, that if I talk about marriage from my own side, that it must be different from your own side as well. In some places, it's just an exchange of, the two families just come and know each other. Then the man takes the wife, and then in some places, you have to buy a lot of things. In some places, a man had to work doubly hard in order to be able to marry. That's why you see some men, 35, 40, they're not married because, the cost of marriage is so expensive and very, very, unaffordable. While in some cultures, it's just very easy. You can easily just, get a woman that you want, you know. So, and another thing I realized about marriage is that it has to be the man that will go to the woman. It has to be the man that will go to the woman. And that's why it's so difficult for women. A woman cannot go. Not that there is a law that said that a woman should not go do like that. But culturally, I've noticed everywhere is the man that should go to the woman to ask for the woman's hand in marriage. And this has made a lot of women to stay back and then getting old, because unfortunately nobody went to ask their hand in marriage. So all these things that we have to talk about. So now you ask yourself, must people get married? Must people get married? Must a woman get married? Must a man get married? Why should we get married? So before you start calling in, because I would like a call in, before you start calling in, let me just say the reason why I think that a man or a woman should get married. From the culture where I come from, a man is expected to continue the lineage of his father. So, and for this man to continue the lineage of his father, the man had to produce children. And in order to produce children, you have to get married. So that's why many people were like, if I don't get married and start bringing forth children, the lineage of my father is going to close. So some cultures is like that. And that brings us, but that would be a topic for later about male children and female children. So, but for marriage, the major thing that people of my type get married majorly is to produce children, majorly. Though compatibility, companionship, and so on is part of it. But if you're saying that it's companionship, why is it that many families break up because there is no children? So if it is just companionship, then in that case, there shouldn't be any breakup when there is no children involved. So I think in my own culture, from where I come from, the major reason, apart from companionship, is to procreate, is to bring forth, is to bring children into this world. you know so I want somebody to call. You can see the number there, and then contribute. I'm not gonna see, nobody's gonna see you, it's just your voice. You get me? So I want somebody to call, because I don't know, there is a marriage expert that indicated that is gonna join us. Apart from that marriage expert, I can see some married women here. I can see some married people here. So, and then really, really people with, that knows culture. So, because what we are saying, people are going to watch it later on. Because the reason why I'm telling you this, there is this scandal, about Kora. I don't know if you guys know the socialite. It's a social media icon, Korra Obidi. She dances, she dances, she's pregnant and she can dance with that pregnancy and so on. So she came to fame that she's known all over the world. She even came to, I don't know if it's X Factor or, it's a dancing program like that with her pregnancy and so on. So recently it happened that everybody, people were looking up to them, looking at them, that their marriage is so perfect, because she's married to this guy called a Canadian, called a Justine Dean. And the man was doting on her. They were all over the place. People were looking at them, loving them. Even I was following them. I was like, look at these young people, that they're just showing the world that, look, marriage is so sweet, marriage is so nice, and so on. So the husband was with her. This girl was free to do whatever she likes, because she scantily dresses. She dances around with her, kind of bikini and so on, everywhere, hanging out. And the husband seems to have no problem with it. The husband likes it, So Kora, many people know Kora. If you Google it now, you will see it. So, she was pregnant, they were showing everything, and then she promised that she would give birth live, and she did. She had a water bath. She did. And all of a sudden, after the birth, the husband is a doctor. I think 4 or 5 days after giving birth, the husband just said that he's no longer interested in the marriage, that he doesn't want the marriage to. This thing broke the internet. He just shattered the internet. The man was like, no, I don't want to do again. I don't like the way you're treating me. You're so selfish. You're this, you're that. And people were like, maybe it's a prank. Even up till now, and I'm still thinking that it might be a prank. And many people were thinking that it might be a prank. But I don't think it's a prank. I think they really meant it. Because the guy had left the house, left the children. He loves his daughter very well. And then he had another daughter, beautiful children. But he left them. So the thing prompted me, like, let us talk about marriage. What is this thing that is making marriage not to work? What is this thing that is making people not to be compatible? What is this thing that is, some marriages that you think, oh, this is the best, then before you know it, it crashes. So what is the reason, why marriage is like that? So you can give us a call. It's +44 744 078 7281. And I call it again, +44 744 078 7281. So you can call and let us see. You call on WhatsApp. It's better you call on WhatsApp, so it will be better for you. So let us see why. And before someone calls, because to be honest with you, if anybody will talk about marriage, I can. So number one thing, especially people who are not married, I want you to listen very well. I want you to listen very well, because a lot of people here are people with very, very voluminous experiences. So if you listen, you might not make mistake. So to me, before any call comes in, while I'm waiting, I believe that one reason why marriages crash is number one. Let me talk about the women perspective. You know, one thing, the way women are wired, when a woman likes a man, I'm not saying love, because love is different. 99% of marriages are without love. So when a woman likes a man, automatically in the brain of that woman, what she will be thinking about is marriage. I want to end up with this man. I just want to end up. You can, you can, you can be, you can, say it with me as well, that even when you're in secondary school and you see a boy that you like, women, I'm talking about women, girls, you see a boy that you like, all you will think about is marriage. So women, because of that, that's one of the reasons I think, I'm not saying that it is true, but that's my own 2 cents. So that's one of the reasons. So I think that when a woman starts feeling like that, the woman starts pushing the man. Everything, you don't like me. If you like me, you propose. If you love me, you propose. Everything will be going around and round. If you love me, you don't love me. Why are you not serious? Why are you not this, that? If you love me, you will see my parents. Meanwhile, this lady or this girl doesn't know very well about this guy. Meanwhile, the guy doesn't know anything about this girl. The only thing that is talking to the girl is that hormone. I just want to be with him. I don't care. You know? Hi, Kelechi. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. So we're talking about marriage and why marriages fail. So we have a number to call here for people to just give their 2 cents. We have the number as +447 440 787281. That's +447 440 787281. So that's the number to call. So while I'm waiting for the call, I'm just giving my own, opinion about why marriages fail. So we women, we just want to push and push and push and get into the marriage. Even in some cases, the man will be behaving the way the woman doesn't want. It's like, no worries. When we get married, I will change him. He smokes. When we get married, I will try and then make him to stop smoking. I don't like smoke. He drinks. When we get married, I will make him to stop drinking. He snores. When we get married, I will make him to. They say that there is some medication that will stop people from snoring. When we get married, I will get that medication and make him to stop snoring. Thank you so much. Part of marriage strategies, yeah. So you see, that's one of the things that women, I'm talking about women. I haven't started talking about men. Yeah, I will talk. Don't worry. You know what? Okay, someone is calling. Let's see. Hello. Good evening. Please, can you people indicate that you can hear him, please?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, go on. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Kenneth Ikuna. I'm calling from South Africa.
Oh, that is the marriage counselor. That's the marriage counselor. So I want us to listen to him. Thank you so very much for honoring my invitation. I'm so blessed to have you here. So please go ahead and talk to our audience.
Okay. Can you hear me very well?
Yeah. Please, okay. You guys can hear him because, Go on. I think they can hear you very well. They can hear you.
Okay.
Let me see the micro.
I don't know if we take topic where written or.
Yeah, right now, because you can come again. Right now, what we are talking about is, we talked about Kora, and you must know Kora and Justin Dean, about their marriage that just failed. So we're now talking about why is it that marriages fail so easily these days, unlike in our mother's days and so on. Why is it that marriages fail so easily? So then I started talking about women, we girls, that is so, we are so fast in wanting a man to marry us. Meanwhile, we don't know the man. We will just say, oh, we just want that marriage. But I haven't talked about men before you came in. So that's what why do marriage fail? That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, why marriage fail? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come in here. Actually, we have a lot of reasons why marriages fails, from different perception, from different people.
Talk loud a bit so that they will hear. Please, can you indicate whether you can hear the marriage counselor, please? If you just type it, please, so that I'm sure that people are hearing, because my microphone is on. Oh, the thing. So can you hear? Can you hear him, please?
Yeah, I tried to reconnect because it went off.
Okay, go on, talk to them. Yeah.
Can they hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I said we have individual differences. We have different understanding, different families, different characters. So I think everybody will have their own reasons why marriage fails.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe there are some basic principles of marriage that no matter how the type of life you live, that these things are basic.
Yeah.
When you don't put them in place, there is gonna be challenges in that marriage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would try to look at those few areas that are basic. These are basic requirements that when you don't do these things, definitely that marriage is gonna have problem.
Yeah.
Because I know that a lot of people are in different challenges in their marriage. So some pretend that nothing is happening. Some try to manage their own so that the marriage won't break.
Yes.
Some couldn't handle it again. That's why you see divorce and a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
Some kill their children and kill themselves.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ugly stories.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very important. As a matter of fact, I would disclose that I'm actually writing a book on marriage also at this moment.
Oh my God!
So that is why it's quite interesting. So I just want to bring some of things that I'm trying to put together so that it can help us. And
yes.
Also, I would like to tell everybody so that when you are listening to me, you won't be listening to me as a single guy or somebody who doesn't have experience. I've been in the business of marriage since 2004.
Wow. 2004. Really?
So, which is it's going to 20 years now. It's about 17 years or 18 years thereabout. Wow. So this is my little testimony. I have not had one reason that I have regretted for one day being into marriage. So I think I can tell some good stories about marriage. So not wasting our time so much. Let me just go straight to this point so that we can pick it up. Mm-hmm. So I will start by there are responsibilities for men in marriage and there are responsibilities for women in marriage.
Yes.
I will start with men.
Yes.
Because this is where we get it wrong most of the time. It is not the responsibility of a woman to fall in love. It is the man that falls in love. Okay?
Oh, really? Really? I want you guys to listen. He said it's the responsibility of a man to fall in love and not a woman. Please, I want us to listen to this.
Yeah, I will explain all that.
Okay.
Yeah. When we talk of love is a responsibility. It goes with a responsibility. And there are two basic, there are other things attached to it, but there are two basic responsibilities that is in love. That this is for men now. These two basic responsibilities. One is giving, to give.
Yes.
You understand? That is giving. The second one is forgiving. These two things are basic things, giving and forgiving. If you are a man and you are in a relationship with a woman and you can't give to that woman at will, and you can't forgive that woman whenever she asks you to, I'm sorry, forgive me, whenever she asks forgiveness, you can't forgive her, or you find it difficult to forgive her, or you find it difficult to give her, it is 100% evidence that you are not in love. You don't love that woman.
Wow, that's interesting.
It's 100%. If anyone agrees, but sit down and think about it, then you will still agree with me that these two things is basic thing to show that you are in love. So for any woman who wants to enter into marriage with any man, if that man doesn't give to you, doesn't forgive you. Now, when we talk about giving, it's not all about money, okay?
Please, before you go ahead, for the sake of our viewers and for the sake of people who are at home, so when you talk about a man, you said that, a man had, need to have two things, that is giving and forgiving towards the woman. Yeah, and you now say that if a man does not forgive a woman, that means the man doesn't love the woman. So does it include forgiving infidelity as well? Does it include that?
When we talk about forgiveness, the forgiveness comes when someone said, I am sorry, forgive me. Okay?
Yes, I just want to ask that. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
It is a responsibility of anyone who offends someone to say, I am sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is a responsibility of a man who is in love also to forgive.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
Yeah, there is no sin that anyone can forgive, including infidelity, okay?
Okay.
It is a matter of the person who offends, the person say, I am sorry, please forgive me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to relate it with God, there is no sin that God can forgive us. It's a matter of did we repent?
Yes. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
And say, God, I am sorry. You understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So that is the part of forgiving. But when it comes to giving,
yeah,
we all know that if I care for somebody, if I love somebody, like let me use my children for example, or somebody who is close to me, a relation.
Yeah,
I always want to give something to that person to show that person that I love him or I love her. You understand me? It's a motivational force for anyone who is in love. It comes from inside. You feel joy doing it because you know that you love this one.
Wow.
You understand me?
Yeah.
It's not just money, because when we talk of giving, people just think straight. We're talking about money. Though money is included, but there are a lot of things you can give. You can assist somebody. Like for example, if you are into marriage already, and you see that your wife is having stress handling the chores in the house,
good.
You quickly rush to assist her, to give her a helping hand. It's part of giving.
Okay. Yes.
You want to do it because you love her so much. You understand me?
Yes.
You just want to help. So it's part of giving. So giving is anything at your disposal that you can be able to give your partner to make her feel happy. That is part of giving. So if you can freely do this to any woman, it shows to that woman that you are in love. And for me, I would tell that woman, this is the man you will marry. I will tell that if you are not into marriage already, this is the type of man you will marry. And also the man that forgives you, like we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
This type of man that you marry. Now, if you get these two basic things, because this one is not that this is just all and all. But
yes, I know.
Basic things
yeah.
that drive other things. Then, in the part of the women, they reciprocate this love given to them by the man by being submissive to this man who showed them love through these two acts, two major acts now.
Yeah.
Okay. So what the woman do in return to this man to perfect the whole arrangement is to be submissive. That is what man wants from a woman. You will agree with me that if you want to know from men, when you ask them question, they will tell you they enjoy everything, but when they want to marry, they are looking for that one that is submissive to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Now when we talk about submissive, most women take it out of context. I don't want to be a slave, but that's not what we're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
God is a God of orderliness. For anything to work out, there must be a head.
Oh, definitely.
You understand me? So in marriage, the man is meant to be a head. So, and the woman who follows the man must be submissive so that it will work. You can't have two heads at the same time.
Okay? Yes.
So if we want to discuss it like Christians, we will see where the Bible talks about the church being submissive to Christ as the head of the church. And God is not asking the church to love Christ. No, He's asking the church to be submissive to Christ. Now it is Christ who loved the church. And
yes.
Give the church all manner of gifts and blessing, and forgive the church all manner of forgiveness when they ask for it.
Okay, I will ask you to come again, but let me summarize, our audience. That's the marriage counselor. He's even writing a book about marriage. He's been in marriage for 17 years, and he is recommending marriage to everybody, that marriage is so sweet. So what he's telling us now is that two things that a man need to do for a woman, or two things that a woman need to expect or look out for a man who the woman wants to marry is, number one, for you to know that a man loves you is when the man gives, not only giving money, but time, and that is kind of selfless giving. And another one is forgiving, giving and forgiving. So that if the man is not willing or ready to forgive the woman when the woman says, I'm sorry, that you should look for somebody else. That is what the marriage counselor is telling us. And then he's saying in return, the woman is supposed to be submissive. You know that men, they are like lions, so they need that female version of them so that, the man will feel like the captain. So that's exactly what. So thank you so much. Please don't go away, because we really need you. There might be another topic that will come up. This might not be very, very popular now, but I'm telling you, this is the subject that almost every part of the world need right now. We need to talk about marriage. So I will call you. I will ask you to come back again for another subtopic. Thank you so much, for your contribution. So if anybody else want to contribute something, why is it that marriages these days, in the times of our parents, it's not like that? You see our parents celebrating 50 years. You see some of them celebrating 70 years of union, and you still see them, they are so close and so on. Why is it that in their own days that, that the marriage was able to work unlike our own days? What is the reason? Why? So, if there is anybody else that want to contribute, because I'm sure everybody that I'm seeing here, your wealth of experience, as in your encyclopedia of experience, so you can call and then give suggestion. Remember, we are trying to help people. There are some people who are in marriage and they are suffering. There are some people who are in marriage, that is really, really, you will like to have the book. Yes. You see, don't worry. So, my brother, you see that your book will be launched in this channel because it is here that you spoke about it first. So that your book will be launched in this channel, Evergreen Living, because somebody is already asking for the book. The book is not yet out. He's still writing it. You see, the book is going to sell like fire, you know? So, yes, my sister, you will be the first person to get it, and you will have the autograph of our, marriage counselor on it, for you to get your own. So, I'm still expecting calls. The reason why marriage, failed. But let's talk about, before I get, before you call, when you call, you tell me what you want to talk about. But as it is right now, it's taking us to another subtopic. Our brother said that the marriage is so sweet, and I can write it here as well. He said that marriage is so sweet. So why is marriage so sweet? What makes marriage so sweet? I want to tell you something. With the experience I have had over the years, I can authoritatively tell you that many people make the wrong choice. And as a result of that wrong choice, marriage becomes bitter. What is that wrong choice? I tell you right now. Some people go into marriage because of sympathy. There are some women, when they see that this man really, really loves them and really, really giving everything to them, the woman wants that man because of what the man is giving to her. But emotional connection is not there. There is nothing, how do they call it? There is no chemistry. You get me? There is no connection, no chemistry. No, when you see that person, you feel that butterfly. No. All they want is that he really loves me. He's really giving me everything that I like. But do I really want this guy to touch me? Okay, let me just pretend, because I don't want to hurt him. I don't want him to feel bad. I don't want him to do this. I don't want him to do that. The woman continues to pretend. The woman continues to pretend and takes all the gifts and so on. At the end of the day, the woman is like, but what will I do? He loves me anyway. It's okay. Let me manage him. You hear languages like that. Let me manage him. After all, then the woman will manage. How many years will you manage somebody whom you don't want that person to touch your body? You see? So when you manage it, the man is so happy to marry you, and at the end of the day, when it comes to the real thing about marriage, you will not allow the man to touch you. It will become a problem. So when this becomes a problem, the man becomes very, very, aggressive, because it's like, why are you depriving me of this? Toxic marriages occur when in-laws take over the affairs of the couple, especially when the man allows it by leaving loopholes for them to interfere. This is really where it all stems from. What did I tell you guys? I told you that we have wealth of experienced people here. So this person is talking about and giving the in-laws, that is giving their brother, their sister, their mother, their father, upper hand to maltreat the wife. I think this person who wrote this is a woman. So it's talking about how men allow allow their parents, allow their siblings, allow their relatives to take over the marriage. Some of them will carry their things and come and live. A newly married woman that not doesn't know how to treat the husband and so on and so forth, then maybe the sister, I'm not saying the sister shouldn't come, but when the sister comes, the sister need to know that this woman is the woman of the house. Maybe the sister used to own the kitchen. Maybe the sister used to be the person who dishes out everything. But the power has changed hand, in the sense that this union, they have come together to become one. So in that case, according to what this my sister, if I understand what she's saying clearly, It's saying that when, the woman comes in, then the siblings of this man, they begin to try to tell the woman what to do. They begin to try to ride the woman. They begin to try to enslave the woman. Begin to try to tell the woman that, look, you're a visitor. This is our house. And in doing that, the man of the house, being the husband of this woman, will not caution them and tell them, look, what you are doing to my wife, I don't like it. My wife is me and I am my wife. And this is her house. This is her home. So when a man doesn't put their feet down to say that this is my wife, that is where problem comes. And when trouble starts, the man takes the side of his people. And there, how do you expect the marriage to work? So you see, this is another angle of it. This is another angle. So, for people who are still in marriage, if you are doing such a thing, please, you really need to redress. You really need to look at it that, marriage is union between two people. Okay, we have a caller coming in. Good, 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 good. We have a caller. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome. Your name and where you're calling from. Can you turn down? Can you turn down the volume of where you're watching me from? Can you turn it down because it's interfering? Can you turn it down and just speak to me through the phone? Okay?
Okay, let me do that.
Yeah, please, just turn it down. You can just turn it off. Later on, you will see it. What happened?
Okay. Yeah, my name is Augusta.
Okay, speak aloud a bit. Please listen to her. Speak. Yes, go on.
I'm speaking London.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, the most reasons for failure in marriage is one is compatibility. When the couples are not compatible, maybe they marry themselves out of we say love or infatuation. They didn't study each other, and they are not their chemistry doesn't correspond. It brings a lot of rift in the marriage.
Yeah.
Then some marriages, maybe the woman or the man look at some let me say physical beauty, and it's not and when they get there, they see that what they were expecting, or for financial reasons, what they were expecting is not what they meet there. That's another reason. And a very prime reason is when the couple allow interference from other people, either from family, mainly from family or friends, father-in-law, mother-in-law, because the African tradition would expect, or the parents would expect the woman to be loyal and serving. And if they didn't study themselves and the woman came in and they don't accept the woman, it gives a lot of distress in the marriage. Maybe if they told the man that he shouldn't marry the woman, and the man went ahead out of love, then some people will be ready to give the marriage stress. And when the man is not understanding, then the marriage will break up. Another prominent one is when there is no child involved. Because in the African context, they believe marriage should be procreative. So if the woman is not able to get pregnant at an expected time, it gives stress to the marriage. Then another important reason is infidelity. When the man is having extramarital affairs, or the woman, it brings a lot of this.
Go on. Have we lost you? Oh. Network. Okay, so while we are expecting her to reconnect, she made a lot of very important points. A lot of very important points. I was even about to take notes before her network starts playing up. She talked about, she will call back. She talked about some women that think that there is a lot of money, and when they come in, there is no money. She talks about incompatibility, a man looking at the woman, that the woman is not so beautiful the way the man wants. But I wonder, if the woman is not so beautiful the way the man wants, why did the man go marrying the woman? I don't understand. So another thing that she talked about is a childlessness, that if there is no child involved, according to her, she said that marriage in African sense is about procreation, that if there is no child involved, then there will be a problem. And she mentioned one thing that is very peculiar and very important. She said that sometimes the parents or the people of the man or the woman, especially the man, because we're talking about the man right now, that the people of that man might not like the girl that their son wants to marry. And their son, out of love, went ahead to marry this girl. Then some people in the family vow that they will make that marriage hell on earth. And when they do that, if the man is not strong enough to stand it, then the marriage will crash. So this woman brought a lot of things on the table, and I think that she is 100% right. I think she's 100% right. Our brother, thank God that you haven't really finished writing your books, because there are a lot of things that, a lot of clues that you really need to add in that your book. So a lot of things that you really need to write. So I think this is very, very important for us to consider. Right now, the reason why we are saying this thing is for people who are not yet married, so that they will know what to do, so that they will know what to expect. Men, women who are not married, girls, boys who are not married, what we want you to look at when you, okay, she's calling back. She's calling back. Thank you so much for ringing back. Yeah, the network cut you off. You're making a lot of sense. Please continue. Speak loud a bit so that they will hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, family infidelity. Infidelity, when the man or the woman is having extramarital affair. It's very, very rare in the women. It's more common in the men. They believe one woman is not enough for them. They want to test different type of women, and then they feel the amount of women they marry gives them more eagle, and then the other one, the men enjoy competition amongst women. When different women are fighting and quarreling over them, they have the ego. So, and that that brings polygamy, and then the man, the love is shared, and then how do you cope? It's not easy. Our mothers went through it because there was no love. They will say they love, but it is just infatuation, and there will be unhealthy rivalry in the home.
Okay, sister. Let me ask you some. So, because the reason what we talked about is that our parents' marriage lasts longer than our own. So, are you saying right now that the reason why our parents' marriage lasted was because there was no love, or they were just taking things that they are not supposed to take? Can you please throw light on that?
Our parents' marriages lasted more because the culture allowed the men to do whatever they like. That idea of, we know men are the head of the house, but there were many, many things that women were tolerating. Some die out of stress in the marriage. Some cannot go back home. Some because of the shame. People shaming them that they are not married. They remain there even when they don't have children, because they don't want to go back home to their parents, because their parents will set them back. And then there were this type of men that had that edge of beating their women. Our mothers tolerated so much from the men. You have some men, they don't even provide for the family. They start having children, and then the woman has to struggle to provide for the family. The mother just stay. But these days, men know more of their right. That idea, of the man is the head of the house, so the woman has to be submissive. How submissive are you going to be when you will allow another woman to come into your matrimonial home, spend the night with your husband? You will cook for them. You watch them eating. You go to your bed and sleep.
Are you for real now?
Yes, the women. Yes, it was happening. My father had children from 11 different women. So when the other woman come, the concubine come, they come and sleep overnight in the house, have babies, bring the babies home. When the man is, the women just have to tolerate. You just tolerate. You don't have a choice. You can't cry because they say the more the man have money or the more wives the man marries, then the more, high he will be in the society. But in those days, they don't even send female children to school. If you want your daughter to go to school, you, the woman, have to pay for her fees and everything. So I think civilization is another thing that is enlightening women now to know that they have a right to love a man, or the man should love. Then things happening in the world these days is another factor,
Yeah.
that is happening. Peer group, women knowing their rights, media intervention. Then in those days, when you are passing through certain things, you are ashamed to tell your people or tell the family what you are going through. You just have to have it, whether you like it or not. So then devil has taken over the world. The world is coming to an end. We are in the end time. So many marriages are breaking. So many reasons responsible. It just takes God to intervene for a marriage to be strong. It takes a praying woman to be able to stand the family pressure and the family stress. Your mother-in-law don't want, you to be alone. Only one woman cannot satisfy a man. So many factors.
Oh dear.
We need to be delivered. Men need to be delivered. Even women need to be delivered. Women are more strong these days. Women can now go to school. They can work. They can do what men can do. So they can train their children, because many will just stay for the fact that if I leave, how will I train my children? Let me stay because of my children. And a lot of women die.
Okay, please. Are you saying that one of the reasons in the days of our mothers, are you saying that one of the reasons why they stayed, that the women did not stay in the marriage because they wanted to stay, but because of the fact that who will train their children, or because of the stigma or something? For financial
reasons and the fear of being shamed. But there were a lot of narcissist husbands. All they just do is come. The food must be ready. If the food is not ready before they come back from work, they will start beating the woman. It was a Lord relationship, Lord servant relationship.
Talking about that narcissist that you talked about right now, because the introduction of this when we were introducing this program, we talked about this couple, the young couple, Kora and Justine, the husband. The reason the husband left the wife, the husband said that the woman is being narcissist, or whatever the language is. So does it mean that a woman can be that and a man can, because you're just talking about man, but a man just complained that a woman, that he is in the receiving end?
There are some women that maltreat the men. They are the Lord in the house, but it's not common. It's not common. Men are more narcissistic than women. Any woman, any man that is tolerating a narcissist woman, you know that the man doesn't have handwork. He's living or relying on the woman for the upkeep of the house.
Dear.
If a man is living up to his responsibility, taking care of the house, a woman is to assist. The Bible said the man should love the wife, and the wife should be submissive to the husband. That's what the Bible taught us. So if a woman or if a man is accepting a narcissist wife, then he has a problem. Before marriage, there should be courtship and companionship, and not just jumping into marriage for the sake of being married. Many people, because maybe you think you are getting too old, I just have to be married because my mates are married. at the end of the day, you rush into a relationship that you are not compatible with.
Yeah.
Those are other factors.
Yeah.
Then another very prominent factor is peer group.
Mm-hmm. Peer group.
Man, yes. The man or the woman may feel that, oh, my husband is doing this for the wife. Some people can just deceive you and tell you, my husband bought a Jeep for me, my husband did this for me, but they are just lying. And if you follow up and not have the fear of God, you may find yourself in a difficult situation.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So please hang around. Thank you so much. Don't go, because you have really, it's like you just touch a hornet nest. You just open the can of worm right now. So I'll cut off the phone, but stay there, because this is just the beginning of this discussion, So let me bring another topic. So I'll cut you off right now. Thank you so very much. If I can summarize what you said, I nearly shed tears when you said that, our mothers, some of them had to, accept a concubine coming into the house, a woman that is not married to their husband. The woman will come in, then the wife, our mothers, had to cook and serve the woman, and the woman had to go in with their husbands, and they still stay in the marriage. Oh my God. I doff my heart for our parents. I doff my heart for our mothers. This is, oh my God. Oh dear. They must have gone through a lot. They must have gone through a lot. You serving food to your rival. Not even your rival, because the person is not married to your husband. You serve the food, and then you lying down there knowing fully well that your husband is with somebody else. This is not right. No wonder the marriage, well, which means, the comparison, I don't even know how to compare it. So the reason why we're saying let's go back to the olden days is for women to be taking that. That is not right. That is not healthy. That's not healthy. And I'm expecting call for another, for more contribution. So another thing that I want to, because some of our young girls right now who found their mother went through terrible hell in marriage. Some of them have said that marriage is not for them. Some of them have, just because I know, a daughter of my friend who asked me. Yes, so a daughter of my friend who told me that, look at what they did to her mom. And because of what they did to her mom, that she's not cut out for marriage, that she's not gonna marry. And tears rolled down my eyes for a young girl to have taken such decision that, she's not gonna get married because of the experience of her mother. Because her mother went through terrible, abusive physical abuse, from her father. And as a result of that, this girl saw a terrible side of marriage and decided that she's not going to marry. But I want to tell young girls that are listening to me and that will see this later on, that marriage is not all that bad. There are marriages that are good. But the reason why we're talking about it in this channel is for you to be ready before you get into the marriage. Don't go into marriage because you see, oh, he's a fine dude, or he's so cute, or he had plates, or he had, piercing, or he had tattoo and all over. He's a dude. You need to get into marriage with somebody who respects you. Somebody who respects you. Somebody who cares about you. Listen, let me tell you, it's not somebody that will come and tell you whether this person cares about you or not. You will know. You will know whether that person cares about you. It's not, oh, let me manage. Oh, he will change. Oh, this, that. You see, that thing has taken a lot of women into their grave. I remember, it's not even when we were growing up, because I have already grown, but back in the days in the village. So there's this tenant that was living in our compound. He came from another town, and then came and living in our compound. And he married this beautiful girl. The girl was very beautiful and had about 4 children. So, but this guy drinks. He will go out and come back, and use this woman as a punching bag. So at a time, he beat this woman so much that the woman passed out. So my brothers, all this, the youths of the compound one day went to him and beat the living day, light out of him, beat him so much, and warned him seriously not to touch his wife again. Then we went to the wife and said, why can't you go back to your parents? Why should you stay here and be taking this beating? This man is a drunk. Then she was like, if she goes back to the parents, that the parents is too poor, what is she going to do? And she stayed back. Because the youth have threatened this man not to do this again, the man will be holding her neck and trying to squeeze the life out of her in secret. Because the woman is light in complexion. When the woman comes, we see marks and so on. Okay, we're getting a call. The call cut off. Please call back. Please call back. We're getting another call. So you see, and this man continued to kill this woman slowly. Okay. Welcome to the program. Your name, please, and where you're calling from, and your contribution. Can you turn down the volume of where you're listening from? You will be hearing us, but turn down the volume, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, please. Your name and your contribution, please.
Okay, my name is Kelechi Jerry.
Okay.
I want to add something to that, sequel to the question you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Why marriages fail, just like my other brother said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Marriages, from my little understanding, it depends on, just like what I tell people, each marriage has its own formula. Your own formula is quite different from mine,
mm-hmm.
and mine is quite different from another person. And I believe each couple should try as much as they can and devise a formula they feel that can help them in a marriage, because every day is a different and a new experience. Yes. For instance, in a family where you have a husband and a wife, the wife may be the working class lady, and then the man wouldn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
The other way around, a situation like that, the man may not tolerate that. A man may want the wife to become a full housewife. So I believe each couple should try as much as they can, study themselves, and devise come up with a formula that they feel that they can sustain.
Please, hold it there, sis.
Just like my other brother said.
Yes,
so
you will go there. I want you to throw light on something that you just said right now. You said that some men will tolerate working class ladies, and some will not tolerate. Yes. Okay, let me ask, what if that man met that woman as a working class lady, and then the man agreed to marry her? Only after marrying her, we want to stop her from being that working class. What is going to happen?
Exactly. And my take there is exactly the same thing boils down on understanding.
Mm-hmm.
You saw that woman have an issue as a working class lady,
mm-hmm.
and you have decided to go along with that.
Yes.
That is the same thing, the whole thing boils down on the same idea of devising, trying to understand, my dear wife, I think this, if we do this and this, we are going to cope in this journey, because it's not an easy one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, in some cases, in some families, the man does even the domestic aspect of the whole thing. The man washes clothes, the man cooks, and there is peace and harmony.
Of course.
But the other way around, it's the other way. So it depends. on this same mutual understanding, and then love. Even when others will be coming, how can you sit down there and you are doing this and that when your wife should be doing that? But the man should be proud enough to say, this is the way we roll, this is the way we operate. So it still depends on understanding, and then for both of them agreeing on a particular pattern of life, this is the way we are going to do. That is only the reason where, because what caused problem in somebody's marriage may not even be, may be something that we welcome in my own particular marriage. So
Yes.
I advise, before you start off this journey, make up your mind, pray over it, and then take a decision. Take a decision. Look, this is the way we are going to do. You have known me, love me for who I am, and let us see how far we can, and then back it up with prayers. That's my take.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's I said it, that we have wealth of of experiences here. We have kind of a lot of experience. So I just want to read what is written here. So Josie said, husband and wife can resolve their own issues except they want to involve other members of the family or any outsiders. Yes, I believe with you, and I agree with you that two people, that are adults need to be able to resolve their problems. You get me? They need to be able to resolve their problems if actually they want that marriage to work. Involving outsiders in most cases don't work. But let me throw light there. Let me throw light in that aspect, because there are some marriages that a woman or a man is going through abuse, and the man or the woman will let me just say, the man will say, if you ever tell any member of my family, I will kill myself. If you ever get my mom, that is my mom, involved in this, I'm gonna die for you. Because of what? Maybe because that person is a perpetual offender. Maybe that person is known in the family to be a troublemaker. So it will be telling you that, look, we will be resolving all these things by ourselves. I don't want you getting anybody involved. Even my mom or my dad, even my sisters or my brother, don't get anybody involved. Let us solve it. Meanwhile, the person is killing you. So in that aspect, you need to get somebody involved if you are going through abuse. If you are going through abuse and then you feel that you might die in this thing, because don't tell anybody, don't tell anybody. A lot of people have died because of don't tell anybody. I am of the opinion that if you are not going through abuse, it's just a little misunderstanding, you people can just come together and solve it. But if health and safety is at risk, please try and tell somebody. That might save your life. That's my one, my contribution on that. So my sister, what you said is very, very correct. So the next person said, okay, I'm following with keen interest. Yes, that's the marriage counselor who is writing a book. So I was telling him that, look, you have to be picking points, because that book will really, really sell. So you need to be picking a lot of points and then adding it. Is going to be very, very good one. And then said again, I advise that people understand what they need to offer and receive in marriage, so they know what they are going in for, and also to understand the sign that this is the right man or woman for them. Very, very correct. I believe that a lot of people know about this, but there is one thing that our auntie that spoke before the last speaker said. She said that because women, in most cases, they think that the time is going. So because the time is going, they have just settled for anything, any man. I just want to pop out children. Anybody, it doesn't matter. Let me just go in. So that's one of the reasons why people make mistake. In the part of the world where I come from, because there are some people who are liberal, that a woman can give birth in the house, in your father's house, or in your mother's house. If you get pregnant, you can just have children, and that child will not be kind of stereotyped. The child will not be kind of, people will not call the child by the name. But from where I came from, You will see people who are old. People will get to 50 years. They are still looking for somebody to marry them. They have not had any child. Although, in our Christian faith, it's not supposed to. So that's another very, very important topic that we are going to treat next time, especially can women have children by themselves, since that we have what is called assistive production or assistive pregnancy. Can women, because marriage could not come, can they have their own children with the assistance of technology and so on, or science? So that's another topic for another day. So you see, there are a lot of things that make women or that make marriage to collapse. So another thing I want you guys to touch, maybe your call will be accepted or appreciated again, is that, are there perfect marriage? Are there marriages that are perfect? I want you guys to just contribute. Are there marriages that are perfect? To me, I would say no. To me, I would say no, because there has been marriages that okay, yes. Please let us listen. I think it's the counselor that is calling. Hello, hello, hello. You again, please.
Hello.
Contribute.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am enjoying it because I have passion for marriage stuff.
Okay? Thank you. Please.
So
are there perfect marriage?
Yes, I will be a regular caller. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, this perfect marriage is one thing that people got wrong. A lot of people say there's no perfect marriage. There's no perfect marriage. No, I disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
There are perfect marriages.
Really?
I don't think, yes, there are perfect marriages. I don't think God can create an institution that wouldn't be perfect. If we all agree that marriage is an institution created by God, so why should we say that there is no perfect marriage? There is perfect marriages. There are perfect marriages. Sorry. So you can produce what you don't believe in. If you say there are no perfect marriages, it means you are telling yourself that your marriage can't be perfect.
Okay, let me come in there before you continue. So I want us to look at this objectively, because many people who will join our program and many people who will listen to it are not people of the book. Many of them are not people of the book. Some of them are not people of the faith. So we are just being objective, as in a lay person who is listening, are there perfect marriage? That's where I want us to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, let me give you an example why there are perfect marriages.
Okay.
In one of marriage counseling, a counselor said, two of you are getting married now. He was speaking to these young couples and said, two of you are getting married now. You know that when you are meeting from afar, that you won't easily offend each other. But now that you are coming close, that you are bound to offend each other most of the time. Mm-hmm. I think that is part of the reason why people say there are no perfect marriages. Okay. But let me tell you, me and you can sit down in a one particular seat, and we are not stepping on each other's toes, okay? Mm-hmm. The reason why we are not stepping on each other's toes is because, one, none of us is blind, okay?
Yes.
None of us is blind. I can step on you when I'm blind. That is one. Two, I can step on you when I'm wicked. Okay? Mm-hmm. Then, if by mistakenly I step on you when I'm not blind and I'm not wicked, mm-hmm. then I will definitely tell you sorry that this is a mistake. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, two people can stay together perfectly if there is good understanding of what they are doing. Mm-hmm. Okay? why I tell people that there is perfect marriage, because a lot of people disagree with that, but I tell people there is perfect marriage because I have one that is perfect.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Some time ago, I'm not trying to pretend for anything, okay? I'm just being very, very sincere. Some time ago, not quite long, my wife called me on phone. And they said in the morning when, because she's a teacher, she was going to school, she said, just want to tell me thank you for giving me peace in this marriage.
Oh,
okay?
Bless her.
This is what she called me in the morning and tell me she was happy. She just this morning happy saying, what kind of man is this? I'm having the best of time in my marriage. Okay. So I can tell people there are perfect marriages out there. The only thing you need to know is to find out what makes a marriage perfect and apply it. Okay? Once you apply the right key at any door that people say, this door cannot open, this door cannot open. We have tried it. When you put the right key on it,
yes, door, I agree with you.
It will open. It will open. It's a simple understanding. It will open because you put the right key. Okay, so if people apply the right things in marriage, it will be a perfect marriage. Actually, marriage is supposed to be heaven on earth. Okay, people should know that marriage is supposed to be heaven on earth. So if we think about this, we can make it heaven on earth. It's for the two parties to make it heaven on earth, and it's gonna be a perfect marriage. Okay. These are the things that move me, that I want people to also enjoy what I'm enjoying.
Oh, that's nice.
As a man, I want a woman to also enjoy what my wife is enjoying in marriage. Okay. So people should first of all agree that there are perfect marriages. Then next is, what am I going to do, or what are we going to do to make it perfect? Then they're gonna look out for those things. Okay. And do them, and it will be perfect. So when I say, let me round up. Okay. When I say, if somebody is not wicked or blind, we know all what wicked is, and we can take blindness as lack of knowledge. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Then when you lack required knowledge for a perfect marriage, seek for that knowledge, get it, and then you apply it. Okay. Then if you are wicked, then repent. Okay.
Yes.
Stop being wicked, so that you and your partner will have the best of time.
Yes.
If you and your partner lack the knowledge for a perfect marriage, seek that knowledge for that perfect marriage and apply them. Then you get it perfect. That is my conclusion on that.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I am so happy that there is a perfect marriage. In short, this is a very big encouragement to me. And then I want our audience, our viewers and people who will join us later on, young people that are very scared about marriage, are very scared of marriage. A young man just told us that he is in a perfect marriage. That he is in a perfect marriage, as in he's not lying, that he is in a perfect marriage. So there is hope for people who think that all hope are lost. There is hope. There are still good men out there. There are still good women out there. Because what he said, right now, that one of the days the wife called him to say, thank you for giving me peace in this marriage. So this means that it is not only him that is feeling that perfection in the marriage. So the woman is feeling that perfection as well, that look, this man is giving me peace. But the last thing that I want us to touch before we conclude here is, do you think that the foundation of every marriage will make that marriage either to fail or to succeed? The foundation. You can call in to talk, but while you're calling in, I want to explain what I mean. So, like we said earlier on, this our brother is saying right now that he had a perfect marriage. He has a perfect marriage. And I believe that the reason why he is experiencing a perfect marriage is because of the compatibility, just like our sister said before, the compatibility between, himself and his wife. So they were compatible in the beginning. They saw each other, they became friends, they understood each other, they bear with each other. The man is going through his own lane, the woman knows her own lane and is going through that. So I believe that they didn't just found themselves in a perfect marriage. I believe that the beginning of this marriage, the beginning of their relationship, they must have seen in each other what they want, what they can take. Let's take for instance, you can just, I remember then my brother would just go and take my mom's towel and then use the towel. But you know that there are some people, you might think that there are some people that will not use their mother's towel to towel themselves. It's like some people will not eat the leftover of their parents' food. Yes, I mean it. Some people won't. So now you as a man, if you can use the brush of your would-be wife and then the other way around, and you people will be in each other's space, getting on each other's neck, and you still are able to tolerate it, then it's a sign that you guys are, one of the signs that you guys are compatible. So my question is, I wish one of our sisters can speak where she is. And then what she said is that it depends on what we define as perfect marriage. That is exactly what it is. Perfect marriage, just like our other sister said, that some people will come out. You remember what I said about Kora and Justine Dean? They came out in the social media and they were showing the whole world that they had a perfect marriage. They were showing the whole world, holding hands, kissing, doing everything. So people did not know that they even argue until one of the days, telltale signs started coming. But people didn't see it as anything until boo, like that. After giving birth, the husband just left and said, I have been taking this all through the years. I'm not going to take it again. I am leaving. Meanwhile, a lot of people are looking at this couple as a perfect couple. A lot of young girls are dreaming, when will I have such a man that will treat me like this? A lot of men are saying, when will I find such a woman that honors me like this? But they don't know that it's far from perfection. But I just want to tell us today that somebody has come to testify that there are perfect marriage, that his own marriage is a perfect one, and that he will recommend marriage to a lot of people because he is enjoying his marriage. So, my people that are watching, marriage success, do you think it has to do with the foundation? Foundation meaning how they started. How did they start? Did the woman run to that man? Did the man lure that woman with certain gifts and so on to buy her love? And when they now came together, things start not working. Did the woman see all the signs that, look, when I was dating this man, he gets calls. He had to leave the room to go and answer calls. He hides his phone. He doesn't want anybody to touch his phone. He gets agitated when I want to touch his phone. And the woman knows all these things. And the woman is like, I don't care. After all, if he marries me, those people will go away. Foundation. These are telltale signs that people see and people overlook. A lot of crumble marriages, there are telltale signs that people know that this man is behaving like this, and people know that this woman is behaving like this, and they will like, you know what, I can't be bothered, I just want to get married. Let me just answer, you see ring, let me just wear ring. I just want to get married. I don't care what he does. I want to marry. Then when that person marries, the next thing is that cry and cry. So I'm asking you guys, can somebody call and tell us, is the foundation of marriage, the beginning, the roots of marriage? Do you think it has to do with the success of marriage or with the failure of marriage? I just want us to look at it and see what whether it will work. Another thing I want to ask us as well is, can one partner, one person make marriage to work? There is a saying that it takes two to tango. So can one person make marriage to work when the other person, just one person giving, one person bending, one person, one person just taking in? Can such marriage work? One person just being on the giving and the other one on the receiving end. Can a marriage like that last? Can it work? So I want us to look at it. I want the young people that are watching us or that will watch this program later on, because I have had somebody said before that, look, I don't care whether you love me or not. The love I have is enough for both of us. I have had people say that. I have had people say that look, you don't need to love me. You don't need to care. The love I have is enough for both of us. Just don't worry. Just agree, accept me. The love I have is going to take care of both of us. That's what I'm asking us right now. The one-sided love, can it work? How long will it go? How far will it go in a relationship, in a marriage? How far will it go? Because many people do that. They just follow how they feel. They know quite well that this woman doesn't feel like that. They know quite well that this man doesn't feel like that. But no, I don't care whether he feels or she feels or not. But all I want is, let her accept me or let him accept me. You get me? So that's another thing that we really need to look at. So, and again, in some cases, in some abusive cases, we're going to be concluding in the next 15 minutes or so. So when you see some abusive cases where you see a woman, you see a lot of things in social media, and then you will ask yourself, does this thing happen before, or is it because of social media that is happening? But you find out that all these things were happening before, but because there is no way to bring it to the public. There's no way to bring it to the public. I am on live program. Yeah. So you see that there is no way to bring it to the public. Please give me a second. Yeah, I'm on YouTube. You can join. Yeah, I'm on live YouTube. You can just log on and join and see. Yeah, so yeah, sorry about that, please. So you see, what we're talking about is about husbands. Let me just use husband as an example. Will go do everything for the woman and then marry the woman. Then when you see how that man is beating this woman, then what you will be thinking or saying is that, has this man ever loved this woman before? Even your enemy, you cannot in any way beat your enemy the way this man is beating the wife. Ask yourself, How come that marriage? How did they come together? How did they even, start living together? There was one that I watched, and this man was beaten. The man used the hand and pulled all the hair. The single part. The woman had single part. This man used hand and pulled all the single parts and was kicking. I don't even know why. Maybe the woman would die later on. Because I can't see the woman living. Kicked this woman, beat the woman, pull all the hair from this woman that you will be asking, how can a man who said that he is the husband of this woman beat this woman like this to the extent of almost killing the woman? So I am saying that, it is the foundation. The woman must have seen a bit of violence, characteristics in this man when they were dating. The man would have been beating this woman before when they were dating. And the woman will like, anyway, he will change. And some of that, the man will come and beat the woman. After beating the woman, he will go and buy flour and say, oh, sorry, I was just upset. Oh, sorry, I was just, oh, sorry, this, oh, sorry, that. At the end of the day, one day, the woman will die. The woman will die. So another question I want to ask you, which we will carry over, because this is a topic that we really need to go into. Another one I want to ask you is marriage a do or die affair? I want somebody to call, please. Is marriage a do or die? Must somebody stay in marriage when there is life, that is, when his or her life is on the line? Did you hear the news in Australia about one guy? The guy is from Nigeria. The guy married this woman. I think they had 2 or 3 children, and the marriage didn't stand. They separated and everything, and this man got another woman, and the man was living with his children, because I think the custody of the children went to this man. And what did the woman do? The woman came from wherever she was and set the house alight, and the man burned to death. So what you will be asking yourself, this man, did he not know that this woman is capable of doing this? Because there are certain people you stay with, you will know what they can do. And this woman that did this must be threatening must be telling this man, I will deal with you. I will do, because they say that it's even in the social media that she threatened this man. The man would he not have changed that dress? Would he not have moved to somewhere else? Would he not have done something to have allowed himself to be killed by a psychopathic partner, husband? So is marriage a do or die affair? Why must people die in marriage? Why must people stay and die in marriage? So I want somebody to call. That would be the conclusion. Marriage counselor, you can still call, so that we will conclude this. Because the reason why you should call is you said that you have a perfect marriage, which I am very happy to hear. So I want you to call back and then advise people, advise viewers, advise people who will see this later on. Tell them, marriage, is it a do or die affair? Somebody who is in marriage, in an abusive relationship, in an abusive, physically abusive, dangerous relationship, is that person advised to continue with the marriage? Is it a do or die affair? Anybody can call, please. I just need, because remember, young people will watch this. People who are not yet married, they will watch this. I want us to help them. And people who are still in marriage, some of them might be watching us and listening to us right now. So let us help them. Is marriage a do or die affair? Are people, supposed to continue in an abusive marriage or relationship? So I want somebody to call and then give your 2 cents. about it. So while I'm waiting for you guys to call, I will give my own opinion. My dear, this is my own opinion. This is my own opinion. An opinion I will give my, the answer I will give myself. Marriage is not a do or die affair. People should stop looking at themselves as being, stigmatized because they are not married. People should begin to see themselves as themselves, first of all, before title. People should look at themselves as, look, what is going to favor me? Because a lot of people are staying in the marriage because of MRS. They want to answer Mrs. They want to come out and show other people that, look, I am in marriage. Meanwhile, their lifespan is being reduced. So I am not encouraging anybody coming out, but if the life of that person is at risk, or if your life is at risk, if you think that you're dying slowly, I know that maybe because of financial issue, the person had to pay for children's school fees and so on. There is something that we did in economics in secondary school that we call it a scale of preference. Scale of preference, opportunity, cost. Hello? Okay, I will just put it. Okay, I tell you the number to call. Call this one. Let me tell you the number to call. Yeah. Okay, so someone wants to contribute to our. Yes. I just tell you the number. Okay. So you call the number +4. Okay, you calling from London. So 0744 078 7281. 0744 078 7281. So that's the number to call for contribution. Yes, so you see, we are talking about, shall somebody continue in an abusive relationship? Shall a woman, please, what? Okay, yeah. So I've just talked about the number to call. So I'm waiting for your call. Number to call 0744 078 7281. It's in the comment section. The number to call is in this comment section. 0744 078 7281. That's the number to call. Is it okay for a woman to continue in an abusive relationship? Oh, you call, but it's not connecting. Really? What is wrong with this phone? It has connection. Okay. Let me try and okay. So it's connecting. Hello, please tell us your name and where you're calling from, and then your contribution.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Eastern Ipswich.
Okay.
And I've been listening very intently. And my contribution is just, based on common sense. When we ask God for things, we ask Him for the good things of life.
Can you speak up a bit, please, so that they will hear you?
Yeah. Well, I was saying that when we pray to God and we ask for the good things of life, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so when we ask Him for the good things of life, we ask Him for good health, we ask Him for wealth, we ask Him for all sorts of things. And we also ask Him for life partner, for marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing people keep forgetting is that all these things things we're asking God for, we can actually live without those things. Those things are additions to our lives. They're supposed to, beautify our lives and make our lives a testimony unto God. And but the reason marriage is probably one of the most important ones is because God Himself sanctioned it in the scriptures when He said that it's not good for man to be alone. So it's actually something that is quite key to God Himself. But at the same time, I feel like it's only valued when you find the right person.
Yes.
It's not a do or die affair in terms of you going into it with just anybody. Okay?
Yes.
But if you do find the right person and you know that that's the right person and it works, it's definitely worth fighting for to keep it, because it's a well worth part of your life basically. But if you don't have the right person, then you might end up even putting yourself in danger in the process. And like you mentioned about people not knowing who they are going into marriage with, it's almost like going into a contract with someone you don't know, or going into a business transaction with someone you barely know.
Yeah.
Like nobody will go into a serious business transaction with a criminal.
Yes.
Nobody will go into a serious business transaction with someone that they have, second thoughts about. But you want to go and marry somebody that you hardly know. That doesn't make any sense, does it? So this is the problem. It's not a do or die affair from that perspective. But if you find the right person, it's definitely worth fighting for. So I think that's how people need to look at it. And in terms of our society looking down on people who are not married, I think that's very immature. I think it's past that time now where we need to start looking at people as individuals first. And then when we see something good about their lives, like their marriage, we celebrate them for their effort. We celebrate them for making for making it work. But at the same time, if it's with the wrong person, we celebrate them when they make the decision, to walk away from it. But the most important thing is that life is a learning. Life is a learning process. So if someone makes a mistake the first time in a marriage and marries the wrong person, you would expect the person to learn something from that and be more careful in choosing the next time.
Yes.
And I think that is where society again might be a bit harsh, but for good reason. If the person then goes ahead and then marries somebody else who is out of character, the second and a third and a fourth time. So in a way, you have to say society does play its role, but it's just that sometimes they take it overboard.
Yes.
So we need to, it just needs to be balanced. So that's my 2 cents on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. That's another person, I would have asked him to, kind of, because that's another perfect marriage, because I know the person who is talking. So, thanks so much. I'm going to cut you off right now. So for people who are listening, for people who are watching, for our youth who are going to watch later, that's another perfect marriage, because I know the person who is speaking, I know quite well that he has a perfect marriage. So there are perfect marriage. There are marriages that are perfect. And then we have some of them out there. So our brother, you said that you called, it wasn't connecting. I want you to call again. I don't know why it wasn't connecting. I don't know. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to call you back and see if it will connect, my brother, so that you will just conclude it for us. He's just saying that I cannot place a call. Why? That I'm already in a call. I'm not in a call. Okay, it's going to ring right now. It's ringing right now. Okay. So that's the marriage counselor. So we got another perfect marriage that just called, just like you. Okay. Yeah, so I want you to contribute as well while we are, winding up.
Well, we are winding up. Okay. Okay, you asked about the foundation. Right?
Yes.
What did you ask about the foundation?
So I said, is foundation, contributory to either successful marriage or failure of marriage? That's what I asked.
Okay. Okay, yes. Foundation is very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. If there is wrong foundation in marriage, I strongly believe that marriage will not work out. Even if it works out, those guys in it will not find it funny all through. Okay.
Yeah.
So the foundation is very, very important. Just like a building, because marriage is a home.
Yes.
Just like a building. When a building have a very wrong foundation, that building will not be strong all through its lifespan if he succeed to stand the test of time.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
if those people in it, if they didn't put a proper foundation before they start that marriage, it's gonna be a problem. So when we talk about foundation, we talk about the things that are supposed to be in place before two people start a marriage.
Yes.
So because we don't have much time, they must find out.
Yeah, we will. Next, it's every week, every Thursday. So everybody will come prepared. So just say what you have to say. And then, we continue next week. Yeah. Okay. Go on. We still have a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So people that want to go into marriage should find out what is the foundation of marriage all about, and make sure that is in place before they go into marriage. Okay. That is for that, because we can't go into that detail.
Like, if you can give us one or two examples of what needs to be in place before that person gets into marriage.
Okay. The example is getting proper information about each other. If I'm a man, I must get proper information about the woman I want to marry.
Yes.
Okay. If I'm a woman, I must get proper information about the man I want to marry. For example, if you are a man and you know that you have the problem of not making a child, some people who are impotent.
Yes, very important.
We have had experience. We have had information where somebody had an accident and he was properly informed that you are not going to bear children again, and he hid it from the woman he wants to marry. You understand? Foundation. Yeah. So if they go into that marriage, so it's a crack foundation. You understand me? But if you inform the woman that you want to go into marriage with, this is my condition, or if the woman find out and you guys discuss, this is my status, and the woman understand it and you guys decide to go into marriage, then you know that both of you knows. Then if there is any other alternative plan that you guys can make, then you go ahead. But once you don't do that, already the foundation has a problem. The same thing goes to the woman. I'll give that one as an example too. If the woman have a problem with her womb, and you didn't inform the man, there is
that's if the woman knows, because some people might not know that they might not make children before they get into marriage.
Yes, if the woman doesn't know, just like the man, if the man doesn't know, maybe along the line, if they start having an issue, they go to hospital and they find out. It will be obvious that they don't know.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yes.
So two of them will start handling it. But you don't need to hide anything. You understand me? When you hide anything, you are building a wrong foundation.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. The problem you are having is not as bad as you hiding it.
Okay.
Hiding it is the major problem, not the problem you have. But if you have it and it's discussed on the table, then it's no longer a problem, because you guys can find a way out of it if it's gonna work. Okay.
Yes.
So that is two examples I can give about. Some people have attitude problem, and they hide it from their partner.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So this is foundation. You have an attitude problem that definitely will come out, and you hide it. Okay. So these are the foundations, that things that are needed for couple to know before they go into marriage. So if you don't treat it, it means the foundation is bad. There are a lot of them in it, but we can't start mentioning them. I just gave
Few.
some examples. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you talk about if one person is in love and the other person is not in love, if that marriage is gonna work. That marriage cannot work.
Exactly.
From my own research. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not ruling it that it must be what I said, but from my own research, it can't work because it's like when you have what they call it, this thing they use to measure a weight, to balance a weight. Okay?
Yeah. What is it called again? Yeah. No.
Yeah, but we can understand what I'm trying to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put more weight on one side and expect it to be stable.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
It's not gonna be stable
at
because
all.
you put much load towards one side. So for how many years that one side is going to sustain that weight? Eventually, it's going to bend and break. Okay.
Yes.
But if you balance it, then it's going to stand the test of time.
Yes.
Because it's wet. So you can put one pressure. Some people, because they are madly in love, they will tell you, no, don't worry, I want that man by all means. I want that man by all means.
Yes.
But no, by experience. Okay? Because the difference between a child and adult is that a child doesn't have experience. Adults already have some experience.
Yeah.
That is why if you want to teach a child that fire burns, you allow that child to go and try to touch the fire. When it's that fire burns, then it won't go there next time.
Exactly.
So it's just experience between a child and adult. Okay. So these ones that are saying I'm going to manage it, I'm going to handle it, doesn't have any experience
at all.
So you must ask questions from people who have the experience. You must go and read and research.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
So I don't agree that one-sided love can be sustained in marriage. I think I disagree with that, but we will hear from other people next time, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank
so
you.
Last question. Last question you asked.
Yeah.
Okay, is it do or die affair, right?
Yes, is it a do or die affair? Like when somebody is experiencing, abuse and so on, the person has to stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I would say that marriage is not a do or die affair. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not a do or die affair. You must not put your head in it. You must not put your head in it, and none of the two people involved must put their head in it. So it's not a do or die affair. You must not kill yourself in it. Okay. For me,
yeah.
like if you are a guy and you're my friend, any day I discover that you beat a woman, not even your wife. If you beat a woman in my presence, from that day you cease to be my friend. That's
me. A gentleman. Yeah.
I walk away from you. You can't be my friend again. That's me, because once you lay your hand on a woman, even your girlfriend, it means that when you marry, you're gonna be beating that woman.
Definitely.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So I don't know why people will say somebody that I love. I told my wife when we started marriage, because I have all the proper information. I told my wife any day that anything will happen in this marriage that will warrant me raising my hand on you, then I will let you go to your father's house before I do that. I told her from beginning.
Yeah.
So the information I passed to her is nothing on earth that will make me to lay my hand on you. It's not possible. Instead, I will do that. It's better I go to your house and tell them, oh, this thing can work.
Exactly.
So that's why I say it's not a do or die affair. If you come to that extent where you know it's going to be an abusive marriage, I advise those people to go back and think about their union.
Exactly.
To go back and think about their union.
Yeah.
Because nobody have right to beat anyone, to raise your hand on anyone, and to the extent of the whole thing becoming do or die affair.
Yeah.
To conclude, I've had a lady that said that she enjoyed when the husband beat her.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lady said,
said,
please, so listen. This counselor said that he knows a lady who said that she enjoys when the husband beats her. It's not a movie, it's a real life.
Yeah. He said after the husband beat her, that is when their love starts afresh. Okay. That they use their love to settle their issue. You understand? So after he said that, so I go back home to start to think about. I'm not understanding that today. So
oh dear.
There are people like that. There are people like that. But I want to make one important point before I go out of the call. It's very important for us to know that when you are in marriage, whatever you as the husband and the wife are doing is probably what you are going to pass on to your children.
Definitely. Okay? Definitely.
It's definitely what you are going to pass on to your children. So it's very, 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 very vital, because when we are talking about marriage and marriage have different formulas, people can be exchanging words, people can be fighting, and they know how to settle. But these things, you are passing it to your children.
Definitely.
Will your children also succeed in such marriage when they get married, with their own partner who you don't know who they are going to be? So for me, I will advise parents to make their home a perfect home, so that they will enjoy it, their children will enjoy it, and their children will grow to replicate that in their own different homes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You see, we are concluding right now. So it's been a very wonderful evening, with all of you just glued to the screen to take part in this. This is going places, because, to be honest with you, a lot of people who don't know what to do really want to hear from you. So I'm inviting you as well. I'm inviting you next week. It's every Thursday, the same time. So we will talk about marriage until we exhaust marriage, then we go into another topic. So viewers, you can see that a lot of people have really, really given their 2 cents about marriage. So what we are going with now is that marriage is not a life or death affair. Marriage is so sweet. Like, people have said that their marriages are perfect. There are some people that said it here. So for people who are so scared to get married, so you see, some people are enjoying their marriages. The one thing that we need to tell people, that before you go into marriage, remember, the foundation of a house is really very important before building a house. Make sure that you know the partner. Make sure that you know the person who wants to marry you. Be very, very sure that that person respects you. That respect is the key. If your husband or your wife to be respects you, lots of things that they will not do in your bed. There are a lot of things that they will not do because they know that you will be disrespected. So until we meet next week with another very strong topic about marriage, invite people. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Share it to people. Let them, have the feel of what we just felt this night. Very, very good topic. And a lot of professionals touched it the way that people will understand. Thank you for joining. And then until I see you next week, remember, this is Evergreen Living TV, where we take care of our health and well-being. Everything that we discuss is to make life livable and enjoyable for us. So take care of yourself. Until I see you very soon, I love you. Bye.